I just had lunch, and then I had tea. Lunch was chicken with rice, harissa chicken. I think it was a bit spicy, a bit, you could say, chicken, rice, and harissa spiced. I mean, it was mild, but it was, you could say, Rajik food. Rajik as in fires up. In the case of today, I don't think it doesn't cause anger, because anger comes from the mind, but the bodily feelings become intensified. And I was sitting down in the other room, and I looked at my veins on my hands, and I was like, I remembered something that happened when I was at secondary school. I think could have been science class or geography. There was this girl called Candice. That was it. And she looked at my arms and she said, "Why are your arms so veiny? Why are the veins," I don't know if you can see on the video now, maybe they're going back down. Maybe I'm starting to calm down. Possibly, I'm not sure. Why are your arms so veiny? And I didn't know what to make of that, because I didn't know why my hands were so veiny. And I certainly didn't know what it was linked to. It was certainly new to hear from her that she said, "Do you do heroin?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Oh, people with their veins sticking out, it's because they do heroin. Heroin addicts have their veins sticking out." And I didn't know what to make of that, because I'd never done drugs. I'd been around people who had smoked cannabis, and I tried cannabis much later in the school years. I tried it. I know I tried it once in the kibbutz. So anyway, I'd never done drugs at that stage at all. Never smoked a cigarette, never smoked cannabis, never, nothing. Don't even know if may have done alcohol. Anyway, I'm getting stuck on an issue now from ADHD, but if I have ADHD, which possibly do, but never been diagnosed, unfortunately. So I didn't know what to make of it. I just know I remember it because it was hurtful to be asked if I was a heroin addict. And what I realized today as I was looking at my hands and realizing that, and tracing my memory back to that memory when I had that when I had that when my veins were sticking out like they are now, that memory, and I recall that I mean, I felt it then. I did feel it then. There was a lot of distractions, and probably a lot of repression, which is same as now. And that was anger. That was because I was so angry. Because when I felt angry just before, which I still feel now, when I look at my veins in my arms, I realise it's anger. And I was the only person I knew, 14, 15, 16, in secondary school, who had the veins sticking out like that. I hadn't been diagnosed with any blood pressure condition. I've still not been diagnosed with any high blood pressure condition. I did have high blood pressure after the suicide attempt. I had to keep that on mark because it had gone up. That was anger, and it's still anger. And this time the trigger is that just the temptation comes up. The temptation comes up over and over again. To question things. From the same people that did certain things. Like, why? Still, every day. Why? Why certain people did certain things? Why say to someone, we're gonna take action against you if you keep messaging. And then they don't send any messages other than just a confirmation about an appointment, which was responded to anyway. Yeah, so how did it go from that to I believe, how did it go from that on the 20th of February, from there being messages that were civil, to an order being taken out? How did it go? I just wonder, when she says protect other family members, just wonder if Denise made her do it. I just so badly just want to know the truth. She may well have influenced her. She may well have influenced her. qualities may have influenced Mum. Ultimately, it was Mum who put the pen to paper. She knew what she was doing. Just like last time. What's interesting is she didn't say, she said, I fear for my safety and other family members. She didn't say her husband. She didn't say her other daughter, like she'd already mentioned, eldest daughter. She didn't say son-in-law. It's Denise's children. She did it to protect Denise's children from someone over 140,000 miles, 140 miles away, who was never going to go there, who doesn't even have the money to go there. Thought I was really going to just throw my whole life away for them. Nope. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I never know the truth. Steve told me, our therapist, there's no such thing as the truth. Maybe there is an ultimate reality. Maybe Buddhism is the truth. Probably is the truth. It's in many ways I can see it is the truth. Conceptual truth of family dynamics. I don't know if that exists. I mean, the truth of the family dynamic from the bird's eye view exists. But the truth of a subjective perspective is exactly that, a subjective perspective. each person has a different side of the story. Sometimes wonder what my dad feels about the situation. Our dad. See, I was watching. I wonder if he's angry. I wonder if he knows me well enough to know that I wasn't going to do anything. That I wasn't any sort of physical threat. Yesterday was a better day. When I was walking along, think because I'd fasted. I think for me, fasting is a good thing to do because there's just a lot of anger there. And it helps. It helps with the anger. I was watching a video on Yutadami yesterday. He said the view that the anger is justified is what locks the anger in place. That's what keeps the defilement there, the view that it's justified, that the anger is justified. Veins have gone down. I worry is that repression. Because I had an EMDR therapist that said, does anyone have the right to be angry? And I said, yes. And he was like, correct. He says, do you have the right to be aggressive? And I said, no. And he said, correct. Therapists tend to say your anger is justified. You have a lot to be angry about. That's acceptable, the anger. The aggression isn't. The anger is justified. If the anger, it mentions something about righteousness. When you're righteous about your anger, it locks it in. But the righteousness is often, I would have thought, be paired with a plan to do something about it. To either get back at someone or tell someone how you feel or look for an answer. I never get the answer I want. So what's the point of asking? And even if I did get the answer I want, wouldn't change anything. Wouldn't change what they did. Even if I got an apology, it wouldn't change what they did. Or a compensation, it wouldn't change what they did. This all started because I wanted a compensation. because I blame my parents for the suicide attempt. Because when I slashed myself up, I was more angry at them than I'd ever been. And I felt in my mind at the time, it was either kill them or kill me. And suicide seemed like a better option than killing my own parents. Why did it seem like a better option? Maybe because I hated myself more than I hated them. Maybe because I loved them more than I loved myself. Is that what I said yesterday? The other side of hate is love. On the day that I tried to kill myself on the morning, I tried to kill myself late in the evening. On the morning, I sent them an email saying that they were good parents and they never meant to hurt us. I wish I just left it an email, not said anything else. I sent the email because I wanted to reconnect with them. I wanted their love. So I called them, and that's when she'd read the email. I asked my dad, did you read the email? He said, yeah, we've seen it, but things are going to take time, blah, blah, blah. I said, does Mum read the email? And I could hear her in the background saying, I've read it, it's the antidepressant is working, it means. The antidepressant is working. But I'd actually done a walking meditation. So I'd woke up, I died, and I thought I died and was in hell. I was so happy that I'd calmed down. I imagined it was a bit of a psychosis. I thought I was walking through lifetimes. I was seeing birth and death within one life. And the more that I walk, the more that I do the walking, the more I see. Sitting meditation too can see a lot. On that occasion, it was after the walking meditation that calmed down because I was too restless to sit still at the time. I actually couldn't stop moving. I couldn't stay still. It was almost like my body was being thrown forwards and backwards. And that was during a time the anger had just spilled over to other people. Spilled over to my wife, my girlfriend at the time. I feel less angry. Less angry when I realise what I have. good people that are in my life. But as a therapist I had Philip said, you have two sides of the hand. One side to receive, and one side to repel. You can't have soft without hard, and you can't have hard without soft. So this is only able to receive because this is hard. So it's key to keep the right people out. Should I just say the right people out? I'm gonna have to check this when I turn it off. But whatever I said, I meant the wrong people out and the right people in.